Here's how you can massively increase the fire rate of the legendary Hot Slugger. By comparison, here's how the default Hot Slugger fires, but I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily boost its DPS. All you have to do is open the menu, go to controls, then go to mouse and keyboard, scroll down to reload, and change this from the R key to the left mouse click. Finally, select keep key bindings, and this makes it so when you fire and reload, you are using the same button. This is the left mouse click. And as you can see, it results in ridiculously fast firing. No mods, no cheats, just a simple control tweak and you have an even more powerful legendary weapon. As for where to find it, keep watching because I will be showing you the place with the highest drop rates for the Hot Slugger, and I'll also be showing you a bunch more legendary guns and their locations. What you've just seen is just the start. The guns coming up get even more deadly as the video goes on. This is the King's Gambit, and it introduces a unique mechanic to the shooting system. How it works is when you run out of ammo, you throw the gun and then you shoot it to bounce projectiles in all directions. So that's how it looks. But you can go even further by pairing this with the Hellwalker shotgun. So have this in your second slot and then switch to it in order to shoot the King's Gambit. And here's what that looks like. Bang. All of those dudes just died. And let's have a look at the replay. Wow. So the reason this works even better is because the Hellwalker shotgun fires 10 projectiles from one shot, which means you're just multiplying those rebounds off of the King's Gambit. So definitely make sure to pair it with a Hellwalker. Now I'm going to show you a comparison. This is how the King's Gambit functions with other weapons. So if you shoot it with this weapon, the Hellfire, slightly less powerful. That's because it shoots less projectiles in one shot. You don't have to use the Hellwalker. You can use any other weapon. Just make sure it fires at least 10 projectiles in one, and you're just going to multiply those off the King's Gambit as it ricochets around the level. In order to find the King's Gambit, you have to go to Lictor's Black Site, and the boss you're aiming for here is called the Vile Prototype. In order to get to the Vile Prototype, this is encountered in the mission called Dark Subject, and you can of course replay this boss and farm him over and over again by using the Moxie's big encore machine, which is found just at the end of the level. Coming up next is a legendary gun that in my opinion is the best one yet, but before we get into that, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another Borderlands 4 guide. This one is the Katagawa's Revenge sniper rifle, or as I call it, the jellyfish gun. This is an excellent weapon and it specializes in two different types of ammo, so it has both shock and incendiary elemental damage. And here's what it looks like just to give you a demonstration. You can see why I call it the jellyfish gun. These little orbs coming out of it kind of look like jellyfish, and if you press the D-pad down you can switch over to shock damage. So fire and shock, the best of both worlds. So I'm going to show you this against enemies as well. And you don't really need to fire this thing in any particular direction. If you just aim around the target, those kind of floating jellyfish are just going to be sapping the health bars of the enemies that it tracks, and the tracking is automatic as well. And look how many you can get at one time. And I can't decide if I like shock or fire. Both do the job pretty well, but you can just pay attention to what elemental weakness is the enemy you're facing off against and then just switch on a whim. So really, really powerful, and I just love using this. Now, as for where to find this thing, you have to go to Driller Hole. This is found in the northeast portion of Carcadia Burn in a place called Queen's Cradle. This is located in Tonnage Peel, but to reach it you do have to do a mission first called Unpaid Tab, and this is one of the story missions. Without doing Unpaid Tab you will not be able to cross the bridge, which is located right here, and this bridge is crucial into getting into Queen's Cradle. So after you do Unpaid Tab you will be able to access this boss fight, and the boss here is called Driller Hole. So there's a boss hiding down here, and all you have to do is farm them over and over again in order to increase your chances of getting the sniper rifle. Here we have the Hot Slugger, and I'm going to show you a new trick to make this legendary weapon even better. You can make this so you don't even have to reload. As you can see, I'm not reloading at all here. I'm getting infinite ammo without reloading once. Now, how do you do this? All you have to do is pick the right shield. The shield in question is called Super Soldier Shield. This, of course, goes in the shield slot, and what this does is, with its perk called Power Play, it regens 1 ammo every time it's full. So when you have a full shield, it will regen 1 ammo in your clip. It also gives you 25% fire rate and 25% extra movement speed on top. So if you pair the Hot Slugger with the Super Soldier Shield, you won't ever have to reload again. So here's how it looks. Really, really good weapon. Now, I recommend console players in particular use that tip, and that's because the previous tip that I shared about changing the mouse and keyboard scheme is, of course, only available on PC. So they'll be able to take advantage of the increased fire rate by changing their control scheme, but on console they can't do that. So instead, pair it with the Super Soldier Shield, and that way you can skip the reloading. You won't be able to increase the fire rate, unfortunately, but I mean, being able to just unleash infinite ammo without reloading is probably, in my opinion, equally as good. As for where to get the Hot Slugger, this legendary weapon can be found in increased numbers from one boss in particular. That boss is Callous, Harbinger of Annihilating Death, and this boss is found in Craven's Nook. This is an order bunker, but to get in there you do have to do a little thing first, and that is turn around, look down here, and grapple onto this fuel canister. Now launch this at the door will open, and then you can head right in. That little thing has thrown off some people because the fuel canister is quite camouflaged against the rock, but it's pretty easy to enter when you know where to look. Now just head through. It should take you about 2 minutes to reach this boss, and then defeat them to get the Hot Slugger. Like all the legendaries in this video, you can have a very small chance of finding them out in the world as world drops, but they do spawn in increased numbers from the bosses that I am mentioning. Here we have the Hellfire, and this is an incredibly fast firing SMG. It has a perk called Burning Desire, and with Burning Desire it shoots incendiary Torg explosive rounds. And just look at that, a lovely little skin on that as well. Really like the look of this weapon. But this is a really good weapon to pair with the Tidal Pumper. So the Tidal Pumper is a legendary item that goes in the enhancement slot. And with the Tidal Pumper, this increases the explosive splash damage of Torg licensed weapons. With the Hellfire being a Torg licensed weapon, this is going to increase the splash damage and the explosive power of all of the bullets that emerge from this gun. It just makes it so much better. You can see the power that this has. A really, really good weapon. And due to the fire rate of this thing, this SMG, you're just going to be able to really massively up your DPS. There's also another variant you can be on the lookout for. This variant of the Hellfire has an alt fire mode that shoots 6 rockets. So I don't know if you've tried the wombo combo yet. That shoots rockets as well as shooting bullets, and it's pretty much like this, but the Hellfire with the rocket variant has an even more powerful and fast firing rocket fire. Now I haven't been lucky enough to find that variant. It's a really tiny drop rate for that, but if you can get your hands on a legendary Hellfire, that's a great start. Now here's where to look for that legendary Hellfire. What you want to do is go to the Lambent Mines. The Lambent Mines are located in the Cuspid Climb region of Borderlands 4, and this is near the southeast corner. To find the mine entrance, you will need to have completed a mission called Shadow of the Mountain. Shadow of the Mountain is a main story mission, so if you just work your way through the story, you won't miss it. You'll come to the Lambent Mines through here, and all you have to do, go through the mines and you will come to a boss called Sky Spanner Cratch. This is a flying boss, so you will have to kind of spec for that with a long-range weapon. And like before, take down Sky Spanner Cratch and keep farming him until he drops the legendary Hellfire. Here's a weapon that shoots bees. Yes, bees. This is called the Burt's Bees gun, and it's a submachine gun that has the unique perk called Hive Mind. Now, with Hive Mind, if you kill an enemy using Burt's Bees, you will activate Hive Mind, which stuns nearby enemies for about 1 or 2 seconds, and this makes it excellent for crowd control. Also, the bees home in on enemies, so you don't really need to target that well. As you can see, the bees are just going after the enemies like a swarm of actual bees. I don't know if they are really bees because we are in space, and I don't know if bees can breathe in space, but they look like bees, and that's enough for me. In addition to the hive mind ability, this SMG also has another perk, and that is the taser. This is an alt-fire version of this, so it's not on every Burt's Bees, but if you manage to get one with the taser, this lets you fire a damaging taser that damages nearby enemies. For this one does 1,384 damage, which is always good. It also comes with the Hyperion licensed grip, which gives you accuracy with increased and continuous fire. Now with Burt's Bees, you're going to be firing quite a lot, so that accuracy is just going to go up and up. It does have the Ripper licensed magazine, which means the gun charges before full auto firing, which I don't really like, and a lot of Borderlands players don't really like the Ripper licensed part because I want to be able to shoot instantly. I don't really like charging it up. So if you can manage to get the Burt's Bees without the Ripper licensed part, then it's just going to increase the performance of this weapon even more. Now we're going to come to the bit where I tell you where to get Burt's Bees. So in order to farm this in the quickest and most effortless location possible, where you want to go is the Null and Void mission. So before anything else, you have to do Null and Void, which is a faction mission. After you've completed Null and Void, you have to do a second mission to unlock the Sludgemore, and that is located here, and it's called All Charged Up. So make sure you do those two missions first, and then you can unlock the Sludgemore. So here's All Charged Up, but the location of the Sludgemore, if you've already done these two missions, can be found right here. So it's actually quite near the safe house, which is the Someday Rise safe house. And then all you have to do is go in this direction to find the Sludgemore. Again, you do have a very small chance of finding this weapon on other bosses, but the Sludgemore has the highest drop rates for this weapon. So if you want a legendary Burt's Bees, and if you want to try rolling a Burt's Bees with even better stats and even better perks, make sure to farm Sludgemore. Okay, this one might be the best weapon in the game. This is the legendary wombo combo. So I'm going to show you why it's so good, and I'm also going to show you exactly where to get this for yourself. The wombo combo is an assault rifle, and this has a chance of shooting kinetic rockets as well as its regular projectiles. So this is thanks to the Rip Rockets perk. With Rip Rockets, you automatically fire these from the underbarrels. So it's not really an attachment, it's just part of the gun. You just fire these as you go. So it's both projectiles and rockets, and those rockets really do make a difference. The wombo combo also has the COV licensed magazine. So this gun has an unlimited magazine size, however it will heat up and eventually break. Now that sounds like a downside, a gun that eventually breaks, but there's actually an enhancement that really takes advantage of this, and this is called Fanning Glacier. So Fanning Glacier is a legendary enhancement, and this goes hand in hand with any part that is COV licensed, such as the one on the wombo combo. The Fanning Glacier has Cold Open, which makes it so guns with COV licensed magazines gain plus 20% damage when below 50% heat. It also has Ventilator, so guns with COV licensed magazines have a 25% chance to cost 0 heat when fired. In other words, you have to reload much less. It also increases the fire rate by a flat plus 25% without any downsides or any cons there, and it also increases accuracy by plus 75%. That's only on assault rifles, but the wombo combo is an assault rifle, so yeah, make sure to get the Fanning Glacier enhancement. Even if you don't manage to find this legendary enhancement, the wombo combo is still absolutely incredible. One thing I really like about the wombo combo as well is the fact that it doesn't do any friendly fire damage. So if you fire this at your feet, you're not actually going to get damaged by your own explosions. So if you want to get the wombo combo assault rifle, the best place is here. This is the Ripper Roadbirds drill site, and this is located in Saw's Clench. So go to Saw's Clench, and you have not one, not two, but 3 chances to get this gun. That's because 3 bosses emerge at this drill site, so any one of them can drop the wombo combo. Anyway, that was how to get some of the best legendaries in Borderlands 4. But I want to know about you guys. What legendaries have you found, and what legendaries are you using right now? That just leads me to say thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to the channel for the next Borderlands 4 guide.